Hey guys, and welcome back to The Blender on scenestr TV. Can you believe we're up to episode 3 already?
Last week it was London calling, but today we're in Berlin. We're speaking to Australian natives and Germany-based funk rockers Parcels. Then we're heading straight back home for some fun with Last Dinosaurs.
Fans of Fawlty Towers will love what we have in store. Plus we've got James Murphy back for some more gaming review goals. And then we're going to close out with another clip from the vault, which is the most fun we've had in this studio ever.
But first, James has spoken with Noah Hill from Parcels, an Aussie outfit signed with a French label, also home to Phoenix and Hot Chip, whose 2017 single Overnight was produced by Daft Punk.
We're here on the Blender with Noah from Parcels, and we're speaking to you from Berlin. What's it like being locked down in Germany?
It's a pretty crazy feeling because Berlin's so dependent on the nightlife and the culture and what you do within the city. And for that to be taken away, it feels very claustrophobic.
Is there anything about this new live album that you'd like to share with your band?
This live album is all based on the amount of touring that we had done and the amount of jamming, practicing. All the songs have been pretty heavily changed and altered with new intros and outros and all kinds of different meldings of songs to create a festival set and create a live set. And so when it came to recording the live album, this one that's about to be released, it's really just encapsulates the last year or two of touring for us. And so it was quite a simple process really to play that in the studio. Just it was a heavily rehearsed festival set.
The German government have, I know, taken some big actions to protect the artists and the creative industries over there. How important do you think it is for governments to protect musicians in this time when so many are struggling and losing income, like you just said?
Yeah, I mean, in every capacity, it's great for the governments to be able to subsidize all businesses because it's affecting everybody on every level, particularly the art scene. It's been hit the hardest.
Are you seeing a lot of creative juices flow at the moment and getting a lot of new songs written?
It kind of had the opposite effect for us and a lot of people I know, that everyone was saying, "Oh, this is so good for artists. They're just going to stay indoors and they're going to be writing, doing their art, and they're going to have the time." And that's imagine all the art that's going to come out of this. But for me and a lot of people, it was not an environment that was conducive to creativity because it was a kind of repressive mind state that doesn't really help with the creative flow or the inspiration that's sometimes needed.
Exactly, but you just know that once this is all over, once we're allowed to gather again in groups and have those summer festivals, it's going to be a pretty special experience. And
yeah, totally, it's going to be parties. It's going to be some of the biggest parties ever. This is the craziest thing that's happened for a long time, in this is the craziest repression we've had it in so many years, and with repression comes crazy parties, and no better place to be than Berlin as well. When this all opens up, the parties are going to be great, but parties are going to be great everywhere. So
biggest party since the wall came down, probably.
Exactly, that's what everyone's saying.
Thank you for joining us, and auf Wiedersehen.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, Aussies representing all over the globe. Back home, Last Dinosaurs released their French house-inspired Flying last month. Here's lead vocalist and rhythm guitarist Sean Caskey.
Congratulations about your most recent single. How are you feeling about it now that it's been out for a few weeks?
Pretty good. I just wish we could be playing it right now. I think we were supposed to be in Mexico by now. We're just working on our own agenda now, so it's really liberating having the freedom to just be like, right, here you go, guys, here's a disco song. Something that's been with us since our childhood, really. We grew up on listening to, on video hits like Lady by Mojo and Sophie Ellis Bextor and stuff like that. So, and when we jam at parties and stuff, it's always disco. So it's a side of dinos that no one really got to see, except for when we did cover medleys and live shows. So it was really awesome to put this track out. It was definitely like a side that's always been within us, which we've never really put out before.
The outfits in the video are absolutely fantastic. So I read on your Facebook that you got them from Contra, which is that a Brisbane label? Is that right?
Yeah, it's just a guy who's got a store in the city, and he only stocks labels that are just that he sort of believes in. He's I wouldn't say he's a snob. He's just a true believer, and like the brands he gets in are amazing, and they're pretty expensive, but he just really like backs their ethos and will just import them, and with the hopes that people here will like understand and want to buy it as well.
Do you have any other recommendations for Brisbane fashion?
There's a couple of great op shops like Swap. There's some in Sydney as well. But yeah, I mainly like to op shop and then occasionally have like one really nice item with it. Like I've got my nice jackets. I'll show you some jackets. I got this one recently
Oh, that's
from a
awesome.
brand called You Must Create.
Nice.
Pretty ballin'. And this one, just like this. I'm not a furry, but it's a furry jacket. Well, maybe I am. I don't know.
Maybe, who knows?
But like this shop, it's the only place you could find stuff like this. And usually I walk in and I try and find the most ridiculous thing and just stare at it until I'm like, okay, yeah, I could pull that off.
I especially loved the Keep Haring jumper
Yeah.
that Locke was wearing in the video.
Yeah, well, that brand, Etude, always does collaborations. They've done one with like Wikipedia and all these other artists. Like, it's pretty weird, but it's great. Like this other one here, this one, I've worn it to death, but I love it. It was it's like a tribute to a French punk band called Taxi Girl.
I think I recall seeing a press photo of you as well, where
Yeah.
you're wearing the kind of back ring.
It's the problem with wearing clothes in photos. It's like once you've got it in a photo or a video, it's sort of like immortalized. But it means that if you go out and you wear that, people are like, oh,
You're an
that's
outfit.
yeah. Well, it's just like, oh, that's the only shirt you own. It's like, no. I'm supposed to be doing these. I make guitar pedals.
Oh, sweet. Ooh.
And I'm at the point where I'm supposed to be doing the insides, these bits.
Yeah.
But I'm just way too lazy. Also, it doesn't help that all the parts are like, I don't know where they are. They've disappeared because I buy my parts from overseas, and the postage is just completely stalled. So I've been just sitting here for like 2 months waiting for stuff to show up. So that doesn't really help me either.
So what kind of pedals are you making?
Well, this one's a compressor.
Sweet.
This one is a modulator. It did start out as like a tape modulation, and that one took about 2 years to develop because there's about 22 months of procrastination involved. When I started, I made my own like textbooks to understand electronics because I had to teach myself electronics because I didn't listen in school. But like making a pedal is just a lot of just notes and designs and trial and error. So I got like a couple of books full for mainly this pedal.
Like it's super shiny.
Yeah, it's just a lot of sanding.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's fun though. I enjoy it, and also especially just to make it and then play it. Especially these two pedals, I end up just playing for hours because it just sounds so good.
And now for something completely different. It's been more than 40 years since John Cleese of Monty Python fame made Basil Fawlty a household name in the smash UK TV hit series Fawlty Towers. So successful was the program that even though only 12 episodes were ever made, it still rates up in the polls of best ever British television and boasted John Lennon and Martin Scorsese as fans.
Theatre group Imagination Workshop revive a tribute to the Shonky Torquay Hotel in fringes from Edinburgh to Perth. We thought it would be a good idea to give them a call.
Hello, 40 Towers. Huh? A writer? From where? Seamstress? Well, how do you spell it? Well, that can't be right. There's no E in there, is there? Look, I'm very busy. I'm trying to run a hotel here. You're calling from Australia. Is this some kind of joke? Yes, we do go to Australia. Yes, quite often. Yes, that's right. Yes. Well, everywhere, really. From Sydney Opera House to downtown Gympie, that kind of thing. Yes. 3-course meal. That's right. Yes, well, you know, all English cuisine depends where we are. Soup, chicken, eaten mess, that kind of thing. Yes, we do cater for dietaries. Yes. Vegetarians and vegans. Yes. Bloody socialists.
When restrictions are lifted, go out and see these guys. Their interactive dining experiences are a lot of fun. Now, from UK classics to Japanese classics of a different kind, the latest incarnation of role-playing game Mana has just dropped, and James Murphy has given it a first look.
Trials of Mana by the team behind Final Fantasy, Square Enix, is out now on PlayStation 4, PC and Switch, and is a faithful remake of the cult 1995 Japanese role-playing game of the same name, and it brings vibrant colour and a few combat tweaks to this new interpretation of the fantastic tale of the Mana sword. An enchanted sword, hey? Kind of like King Arthur? Only with fairies. Trials of Mana borrows heavily from European myths and legends. There's a King Richard, like in Robin Hood, and a Loki. And speaking of Marvel, like in the iconic Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Trials has you leading a team of heroes with different skills. I picked the soldier, Duran, not to be confused with Duran, who are also big fans of dyed hair and military outfits, but who weren't much good in a fight. I also picked the teenage half-man, half-beast, a teen wolf named Kevin, and Angela, a scarlet-looking witch, because you don't mess with scarlet witches, and she sure looks tougher than Charlotte. Once you've decided on your team, you are led to a tutorial which does a great job at running you through the controls, and this isn't a hard game to pick up at all. Each character has a backstory, a tale of woe. The visuals in this game are eye candy, but sometimes the voice acting is ear poison. There's a giant map to explore, countless treasures to find, and multiple ways to use those treasures to upgrade your skills. This is a refreshing trip back to a simpler time. 4 stars.
Thank you, James. Now, the record for fitting people into a phone box, and yes, it's a thing, is 14. Our record for fitting musicians into this very studio is considerably better. Come with us into the scenestr TV vault and check out the time we fit an entire orchestra into this very room, the Melbourne Ska Orchestra.
And we're here with the Melbourne Ska Orchestra.
It's kind of like we're like a soccer team that's been kind of training all season. You know, we get the team right and get all the tricks and all the plays, and we scored goals last night. It was very good. Lots of people had lots of fun.
As the new album is Sierra Kilo Alpha, obviously standing for Ska. Can you tell us a bit about the album, which is here?
Well, it's very Golf Oscar Delta, I must say. Well, we're pretty proud of this album. It's like our new child, and the beautiful thing about it is that it's in 3D. So we wanted to do something special. Steve's going to demonstrate here, and when he puts the glasses on, the whole audience, the whole crowd goes ooh. Ooh. So it's good. We've cut a lot of us have cut our teeth on touring in Australia, and so it makes us we're a tough bunch. We can sound tough too. You want to hear us sound tough? Tough sound, yeah. I can. Oh yeah. Sound good, man. Yeah. We can sound wimpy too.
Sound wimpy, go for it.
Yeah, we sound wimpy.
You guys are quite easily credited with maybe not reviving the Australian ska scene, but definitely maintaining it and bring it to a wider audience. What do you see as the big differences between sort of ska when maybe you started out, Nikki, to the ska scenes today?
I think for us, Yeah, yes, better. Yeah. Well, I think most of us got into the ska and the reggae via the two-tone, the UK thing. I mean, we're the madness, the specials, all that type of thing. Yeah, well, most of us. The second wave, that the first really happened in Jamaica in the early '60s, and I think we've all experienced that early school as well.
We've got a big nod coming from over here.
And I think what we're offering with the orchestra is more like an international sound. The makeup of this band is multicultural. We've got Venezuelans, Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Maltese, English, Scottish, all around the place. So we're kind of reflecting that in the music. We would like to give you something, actually. It's a bit of a memento. It's the Melbourne Ska Orchestra. This is the official banner that goes on the music stands that we play live. So this, and it comes with Steve, our drummer. We are on a
mission from God.
Let's go on that Sister TV. Are we ready for the Sound Humanitaire? Yeah. All right, okay, let's here we go. The drums.
And that's us for this week. If you like what you've watched, don't forget to subscribe for next week's episode of more content from all around Australia. Bye, guys.
See you then.